Imagine pulling a grimy, scratched-up dime from your pocket, one that's been kicked around for decades, looking like it's not worth the time to pick up off the sidewalk. But what if I told you that ugly, worn, ignored coins like this can hide shocking value that could change your life forever? These coins, most people dismiss as worthless, have sold for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, turning ordinary folks into instant collectors with a windfall. One coin in particular shocked even professional collectors when it surfaced, revealing a secret that no one expected from such a beaten-down piece of change. So, right now, pause this video and immediately check your old penny jars, your loose change drawers, or that jar on the dresser, because you might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. If you're loving this treasure hunt, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more shocking coin reveals, and comment below with what coin you're hunting for next. Let's jump in. Picture this dime in your hand. It's the 1982 Roosevelt dime, but it's been through the ringer, with heavy wear smoothing out Roosevelt's face until it's barely recognizable. Dirt caked in the grooves, scratches from years of tumbling in pockets and cash registers, and maybe even a ding or two from being dropped on concrete. It looks utterly worthless at first glance, like something you'd toss into a fountain without a second thought. In 1982, the United States was in the midst of an economic recession, with high inflation and unemployment, so these dimes were minted in huge numbers. Over 519 million from the Philadelphia Mint alone, and they circulated heavily as people pinched every penny, or dime in this case, to make ends meet. That's why so many of them ended up in such rough shape, passing through countless hands in a time when every bit of change mattered. Most people would ignore this coin completely, seeing only a dirty, worn-out 10-cent piece that's not even shiny anymore, something to spend on a gumball or forget in a couch cushion. But collectors know to look deeper, because beneath that heavy wear lies potential rarity that can turn trash into treasure. What makes this 1982 dime special are the rare mint errors from that year, like doubled dies where parts of the design are duplicated from die misalignment, repunched mint marks where the P is struck twice and shows overlapping off-center strikes where the design is shifted off the planchet, die cracks that create raised lines across the coin, or struck through errors where foreign material like grease or cloth gets embedded during minting. The amazing part is that these errors can still be visible even on heavily worn coins, peeking through the dirt and scratches if you know where to look. Heavy wear does not destroy the value. In fact, it can highlight the rarity because so few survive in any condition. Let's start with a circulated example in fine condition, where the details are worn but the error is clear, like a no P mint mark variety where the P is missing due to a die error. A coin like that in typical circulated state recently sold at auction for $100. A nice surprise for something that looks so ordinary. But wait, it gets better. Escalating now to a damaged or corroded example, perhaps with some green corrosion from being buried or exposed to moisture, yet the missing mint mark is still identifiable. Even in that ugly state, one fetched $50 at auction, proving that rarity trumps condition every time. Heavy wear does not destroy value. It just makes the find more thrilling. Now hold on, because the value is about to explode with a high-end example. A gem uncirculated piece with full bands on the torch and a strong strike despite the error. One of these shocked the numismatic world when it hammered down for $2,185 at a heritage auction in 2004. A four-figure payoff that leaves collectors breathless. Rarity matters more than condition, and this dime proves it with every shocking reveal. But that's not all. Let's dive deeper into why this coin is the biggest shock of the video. You should never judge a wheat penny by appearance, but the same holds for this dime. Ordinary-looking pieces can hide life-changing value. This 1982 dime has multiple rare error possibilities, from the famous no P mint mark to doubled dies on the date or lettering, repunched P mint marks showing ghosting, off-center strikes up to 50% off for dramatic effect, die cracks running through Roosevelt's hair or the torch, and struck through errors leaving indented patterns. Heavy wear does not destroy value. These errors persist and add to the allure. For the extreme auction results, imagine a circulated no-P example starting at $100, building tension as we see a corroded one still pulling $50, then exploding to that MS68 grade selling for over $2,000. But wait, the shocks keep coming. Another high-grade no-P with full bands went for $1,499 in 2018, a money jolt that reminds us of the potential in every pocket. Heavy wear does not destroy value. It's the rarity that drives the price sky high. Think about an off-center strike on this dime, worn and dirty, seeming worthless, but in circulated condition, one sold for $200, escalating from a damaged example at $30 to a pristine off-center fetching $500 at auction. That's another money jolt moment, showing how errors amplify value. Rarity matters more than condition, and these 1982 dimes deliver shock after shock. Now, picture a die crack error, the coin looking beaten and forgotten, but collectors spot the raised line, and a circulated example brings $50, a corroded one still $10, then boom, a high-grade crack with unique pattern hits $100. Heavy wear does not destroy value, it's the story behind the error that captivates. The excitement builds with each reveal, keeping you hooked. For a struck-through error, the coin appears damaged with indentations, worthless to the untrained eye, but in circulated fine condition, $150 at auction, a damaged one $40, then exploding to $300 for a dramatic example. Rarity trumps condition every time. And don't forget the double die varieties on the 1982P, where doubling is visible on Liberty or the date, even on worn coins. A circulated example might go for $100, a corroded one $20, then a high-end MS example shocks with $500. Heavy wear does not destroy value. These errors shine through. Each time, the value escalates gradually, teasing you with small wins, then explodes with the big payoff. That's the thrill of the treasure hunt. Now, for the clipped planchette error on this 1982 P dime, where part of the edge is missing from a planchette cutting mistake, the coin looks deformed and ugly, easily ignored. In circulated condition, one sold for $100, a damaged, corroded clip for $20, then the value spikes to $400 for a significant clip. But hold on for the ultimate shock. Reports of extreme curved clip Roosevelt dimes fetching around $400,000, a six-figure explosion that changes everything. Rarity matters more than condition, and this possibility makes every 1982 P dime a potential life changer. Heavy wear does not destroy value. It's the error's uniqueness that drives the price to unbelievable heights. Remember, ordinary-looking pennies, or dimes in this case, can hide life-changing value. So keep hunting and never throw away that worn change without checking.